We have been going through a really large transformation over the last 12 to 18 months. And that started with us changing our name, because we are much more than the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel is hugely valuable to us and extremely important, and will always continue to be a main source of focus and attention for us. When we looked at our needs on the digital side of the house, we knew that we were building a platform that was going to service both our TV team and our digital online team. Being able to increase the velocity of the content that we were able to ingest, catalog, cut, edit, compile and then distribute was really important to us. Today, depending upon where we took content in from, it could take hours to get that turned around and pushed out to the web. We wanted to get that down to just a few minutes.
So one of the challenges that we face with various ways to increase our revenue and revenue opportunities was needing a system that's very flexible.
The technology that we put in place had to be able to adapt really quickly to any set of capabilities. And doing that really required us to think very differently around how we approached the problem. So choosing Sony and choosing the media backbone gave me the reliability and trust that Sony brings for decades in the broadcast space. But it also gave me the confidence that we were building a platform that was going to adapt and change with the times and not be locked into a single vendor approach.
After speaking with the individuals representing the Media Backbone Enterprise system, I saw that they got it, as they say. They understood service-oriented architecture, and they weren't trying to sell me a mammoth system that did everything. It was a very focused, our goal is to be, as the name implies, the backbone of your system. So Dilette becomes our core production asset system, and the Sony layer becomes our system of record for all assets. And the relationship that the two companies have together, having worked together many, many times, is very important to us in the selection of both practices.
The automation piece of the platform that we've put in place is critical to the value that we're going to receive from it. And we're not going to make as many human mistakes as we would by having an intensively manual process. So having a repeatable process that enables us to scale rapidly without adding bodies and constantly throwing bodies to the problem is a huge win for us.
The first idea for the use of Aspera was mainly external to the weather company. Once we started working with the product, we learned that we can actually use it internal to us for our distribution. And we've actually found that its interaction with the media backbone system and orchestration allows us to really start to automate where files wind up, where they're sent to without humans being involved. It just ends up there based on how we've programmed the system and said this is where we need the files to be distributed to. So it's almost a click it and forget it model for us. And as content flows in, we can monitor what's actually happening in the Aspera system through the Sony media backbone. In our previous system, if there was a failure, it typically was not seen until an extended period of time. With a new system, we're able to monitor each step along that process from the time the editor finishes and publishes the clip till it goes through transcode and to the point in which it's distributed to the web. So at any point in time, if there is a failure, we're notified instantly. So we wanted to build a system that allows us to add the capabilities as necessary. We can actually do things in smaller increments, allowing teams to focus on just auto QC or just file ingest or just transcode, as opposed to trying to do 100 different things at one time and really spread the resources thin within the organization. The expectation for the return on the investment is relatively high. Our goal was to double our velocity, both inbound as well as outbound, and obviously on the outbound side is where the revenue value comes from.
If we were going to compete and we were going to continue to win and grow in the online digital world, we knew that we had to be better than the media folks that we compete with. My advice to my colleagues that are facing a similar set of issues is to really look at where do you think your business is going to be 5 to 10 years from now. Solve the problem that doesn't yet exist or that you know is coming in the future, and make sure that you don't lock yourself in to any one solution that may or may not adapt over time.
Don't tie yourself into any one specific component or build things around that specific product. And Sony allows us to distribute that need through their media backbone. It allows us to pick and choose best of breed, and as Sony took a very strong leadership role, not in pushing a product, but really in helping us shape the ideas and helping the other vendors see what our vision was, through the use of the Media Backbone Enterprise System, which enabled us as a group to really architect a solution that is probably one of the most open media platforms in existence.
I appreciate Sony's partnership and collaboration with us on the project, and I think it really helped us bring together an incredible group of talented individuals, both from within the weather company as well as from Sony and our other partners in this project, to create a phenomenal accomplishment and a great platform for the future.